Okay. All right, so we've done the lines. You've played around with a little variety of line and mark making a little bit. Now I'm gonna stay with my purple paint. Let me put it up here so you can see. And I'm just gonna get a little bit of paint on here, and I have some water floating in there, not too much. And I want you to start doing some circles. And then fill it in. You have to kind of do it quickly because you don't want an outline. We said before. Try to make your brush go in a circle. It's hard to do because the brush, see how I finished the circle with another line coming the other way? Try to keep them the same size. There, and then fill it in very quickly. An easier way to do that is to push harder on your brush and make a thicker line and then come the other way, and I've got my circle done. Okay. Now, I didn't really fill it in evenly there, so let me get a little more water. Let me try that again. Thicker line, come the other way, and fill it in. Okay? I got a little too big there. Try to stay the same size. Brush, brush, fill it in. Try to keep them circular. Okay? So I'm making a thick line, coming the other way and filling it in. Making a nice thick line, coming the other way and filling it in. Okay? Try one more, two more on this row. Remember, I started just linear and then filling it in. Now I'm pushing and painting the circle instead of outlining the circle. Then I'm painting the circle here. I call this coloring book style. You make an outline and fill it in, and now you're painting it. Okay, so now I want you to try to do the third row, all one brush stroke. Oh, look, I did it the first time. That was beginner's luck, right? See if I can do it again. Push your brush. I'm not smushing my brush and making, see how it still stays at a point? I'm not smushing it and making it splail out and ruining my brush. That ruins the brush. I'm keeping my finger back on the page, okay, to keep my stability, and I'm pushing it around, filling it back around, okay? A little heavier over here, but that's okay. Whoop, got a little away from me. And that's a messy one, so I can keep coming around, and it got really big. So let's go back to the small, delicate little circles. See, now you're painting a circle instead of doing a coloring book, okay? So outline the circle and fill it in, coloring book style. Then try it with a couple strokes, then try it with all one stroke without picking up your brush. Kind of like in drawing Ensign 1 or 2 where you did a blank or a continuous line where you don't pick your brush up. That's what I want you to do there. Now you're going to go and make some circles, and I've got enough water on my brush here to make the whole circle. Well, I don't. Okay, so now I'm going to come back in with some darker. Okay, so now I got a little dry, so I'm going to get more water in my little well of color, and so this isn't, it's wet, but it's not puddly. Okay, but the whole thing is nice and wet. I'm going to get more water or more paint and lay in color. So what happens is I kind of get a feeling of value, right? So it's darker over here, the light's hitting it maybe here. So let's try it again. Keep it wet by going around it. Get some more paint. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. Get more paint. Come around. That's pretty, isn't it? Get more paint and come around. Okay, so now I kind of have a sphere feeling going. Okay, so now the last row that I want you to try. And you might need to do 2 rows of these and 2 rows of these and 2 rows of the one brush and then 2 rows of these. So, or a page of each. I don't care. You're getting warmed up here. Okay. So now, look how I'm doing the circle. Remember the lines? Same thing. I'm going to come in and do my circle. That was a cool, see how the brush moved? And lay in some more color. Now I want to place down a little bit of a cast shadow. And a lot of people don't like it when the cast shadow and the object blur together, but they really do. And I want you to think of this all as one shape. So let's try it again. And I want you to let your watercolor be watercolor. There's my color. I'm not dipping, I'm not changing my color, and I'm just laying down that brush to anchor it, a little bit of a cast shadow. Okay, so the light's being blocked. Let's try it again. Okay. Lay in some color. We're going to do this when we watercolor. And I don't want you to be afraid to let these two integrate or become all one. Okay? Don't be afraid of the watercolor. Okay, now this one's a little puddly, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. It's already really super wet down here. Whoa. It fell on his head and got a big lump. That's what that looks like. Lay in some color, more color, and then lay in my cast shadow. I want them to blend together in this case. Okay? So probably when I look at this, this one's kind of nice. This one's kind of nice. This one's actually one of the nicer ones. So I want you to look at them, okay? Figure out what you like and what you don't like when you do this. And again, this is all things we're going to be using as we paint.